Well, hello again. This is Tom and Heather from Shadowfields, and this is Monday in the Studio.
So thanks for joining us. And if you're new here, please like, share, subscribe to our channel, and click on that notification bell. No, squash that notification bell. Smash that notification bell to stay connected to us whenever we go live.
Yeah. Even Monday nights. How about that, huh?
Even Monday nights.
So we've got a Diet Pepsi. We've got watered down remnants of a second margarita.
A margarita.
Is this an 03 margarita, or is this just a standard regular I'm not going to fall asleep during mitts margarita?
And have you used the Addictivo?
You can't.
Fuego? I can't say it right.
Yeah.
There apparently is this amazing liqueur that is
tequila. What are you drinking tonight, Heather?
Not the regular. Everybody knows that. They could even just tell. Yeah. Except I'd like to know where the rest of the drink went.
Into your mouth.
I don't even remember drinking it.
Well, you did.
Gosh. Is this a pretty bottle?
That's a very pretty bottle.
We're analyzing bottles this evening, and we think that this one, tell me, do you think this one? And don't say just because it's full, it's a better one. But which is a nicer bottle? This bottle that looks like 1960s bathroom window, or this one that does't really look like anything? Looks like
I don't. It's not important.
It looks too country.
Or does this one look better to you? So tonight it is Four Roses single barrel, and this is 100 proof. And people think I'm an alcoholic or something like that. Every time somebody comes over to the house, they bring a bottle of bourbon. I don't drink that much.
Well, it's to thank you.
I know that
you could tell them, don't give me money. Don't give me bourbon.
Yeah. If you're drinking out bourbon, you can't really hear anymore.
I knew Tony would say that. Okay. So what they were missing was Monday in the Studio. So I was asked to sing it. I really wasn't asked to sing it, but I think Dave Narad was like, where's the theme song?
Yeah,
so I'm going
there needs to be the theme song. Otherwise, it's not official.
It's really not. So thank you for asking about the theme song. See, I was wondering if anybody was listening. See? You stopped to hear what my next word was. See, that's kind of.
I thought I thought you were going to lost train of thought and you just come up with some bizarre thing to say. I don't know.
I was looking at you for help.
Yeah.
AA just called and want their ad time back. Thank you, Pat. All right. So, what did you do in the studio this week?
It was a busy week. We had a rehearsal.
We did. Yep.
And I worked more on the solo album.
Excellent.
And on, I believe it was Saturday, or was it Friday? No, it was Saturday. No, or was it Sunday? No, it was Saturday. Pat Culligan came over. Hello, Larry. What are you having to drink? A bottle.
It's the bottle. It's not the bottle. It's the contents.
Yes, it is. And Pat came over and he smashed some drums for a while.
Nice.
And we had a good time. And,
great. Yep. I heard the outcome.
So we have,
very good.
We have one song out of 8 or 9. The whole album is written basically, except for the overture.
Yeah.
And it's a concept album. It's all about space people coming down and little green men. Oh, little green man.
How I like your greenness. Every time I go away to take care of the twins, Tom's going to write a new album. So
it was that way. You were gone for a month, and I wrote an entire album.
I think I'm supposed to be gone in February for a little while too. Just finish everything up in February, and then we can get back on the Shadowfields train, baby.
Yeah, we got a lot to do this year.
All right. Yeah.
And so we did that, and I bought a lot of stuff
today.
Over the last week.
Is it plugins only?
No. Okay, I'll play show and tell next week.
We have a guest, though, so we can't really go. Can we wait until next week to go through some of that gear?
Well, absolutely.
Can we talk about gear? This is guests.
Absolutely.
We have songwriting, gear, and guests. So I think we shall focus on guests, as we did last weekend and the week before.
Okay.
So we have somebody that's special that's in the studio today. Did you want to say anything else?
Well, I was going to say, we had Adela just a little while. We had Sammy, then Adela.
Yes, we did.
Then Larry was last week.
Yeah.
And hopefully you guys are checking out all their music and playing it continuously.
Yep.
And so they can get their 0.3 of a penny for each play.
That's better than no penny.
Well, that's only if they get 1,000 plays. If they don't get 1,000 plays in that month, they don't get a dime.
Mm-hmm. I think I'm going to write that song. Better than no penny. It's kind of a cool, funky name, huh?
I think the thing as an artist is to get onto Bandcamp.
Yeah.
Bandcamp, you can actually make money.
Yes.
If
Actually, they've been long-standing.
Think about it. If somebody went to Bandcamp and bought your song for 99 cents, think of how many plays that equates to. How many plays
on Spotify
you'd have to have just to get 99 cents. It's insane.
Yes, I agree. So listen to Tom. If you are a songwriter, go out and get your Bandcamp set up. Yep. Put your albums out there and have people pay for them. And you know what? Let's start this new year out next year making moolah. Moolah. All right. So we have somebody special coming into the studio tonight. And I don't even know if any of you have really spent any time and you know him or not, but let's bring in Marshall Hjertstedt.
Did you say your name correctly or even closely?
Very close. Very
Good.
close.
Get
That would
as
be
close
very
as you can get.
Okay. Wonderful.
Well, welcome.
Thank you very much.
Fantastic having you here with us.
It's fantastic being in the studio again. Yes. I got the opportunity to work with Tom on the song that we'll be talking about.
Nice.
He does magical work.
Yes, he does.
And it's great to be back here.
Yep. I ring him in and he closes the deal.
Yeah. And we had Tony Metters play some upright bass on it.
Yep.
And Gary Jacklin played some violin on it.
Yes.
We played some excellent.
We call him Gustav,
Gustav.
The heart and the soul of Czechoslovakia still with us. You can listen to that and you'll hear some of that, right?
Yeah. Well,
he has a little bit of gypsy in him.
That's what we say. I used to even kind of tag the band with, we're like gypsy Americana. When you do something like that, people go, oh, what is that, right? And they listen to it a little bit differently.
Often people are like, I don't even understand what that means.
Well, it was better than boho because you're like, what does boho mean?
Does anybody know what boho means?
Of course they do.
And nobody thinks of us that way.
Hunk, but
that was her last name?
No, she was Czechoslovakian, which is Bohemia.
Czech too. I'm
there we go.
Czechoslovakian too. Okay, so you have somebody here that's on here. It says Marshall's friend Howard from Brooklyn, New York.
Oh, wonderful!
Wow.
My dad.
Thanks
was
for tuning
from
in,
Brooklyn.
Howard Gottfried.
Yep, Howard. My dad was from Brooklyn. So
I've met Howard a number of times. There's an acoustic. Well, it's actually the Sound Hole. It's an acoustic guitar forum, and people hang out there. And I posted today for anyone that was interested,
awesome. I love that.
and that they could do it. And it's very nice that Howard was able to tune in. So
yes, we're welcome.
The Sound Hole is the forum?
Yes. And it's a group of guys, mostly guys, that have been together for really 20 years. And, I get up every morning and check in with these people, what they're doing. Awesome. And we talk about all sorts of stuff. Everyone comes there from a music background, but we rarely even talk specifically about music. It's
really,
I've met Howard probably the first time 20 years ago, and I've seen him.
Wow!
And we went to Kansas City for a gathering. I've seen him up in Owen Sound, Ontario, and in Iowa, and about once every 3 years, I get to hang out with Howard. So
that's really awesome.
That forum is not an enabler forum, because I'm on enabler forums where I say, I'm thinking of buying XYZ, and everybody will chime in and say, you need that.
Oh, I go to the acoustic guitar forum as well, and that is very much an enabler.
Exactly.
Oh, should I do this? Yes, immediately.
When in doubt, buy.
Yes. No, this is actually more... we've all become friends. We talk.
That's wonderful.
Politics. We talk what's going on. If somebody, somebody's got health issues or, and there's people all around the country, actually international. There's people in, Canada and Great Britain. For a while we had somebody from Australia. So it's interesting.
Well,
it's a good group of people.
You even mentioned that there was a songwriter forum that you're.
Yes.
So you have a songwriter forum that you're engaged in too.
Which songwriter forum?
There, I've done a few, a select few. There's, it's on a Facebook group. It's called Singer-Songwriter Challenge.
Okay.
And that's mostly Minnesota people that are in that one. But, I got pulled in by another friend, and, there's some other people, more wide-ranging than just up there. And that's what's interesting in that group is that a couple of times a year, like in the winter, they'll do it after the first of the year. And then in the summer, they do a songwriting challenge. And one of the women who organizes it, will put out a prompt every 2 weeks.
Oh, wow.
And you've got 2 weeks to write a song, and then you make, a fundamental video, or you can get fancy with it,
sure.
And put it out there, and then everyone gets to see it and comment on it within the group, and then you've got a song out of it. In fact, the song that we will be, playing today is one that
I'm sorry, we're out of time. We aren't going to be able to play that.
I didn't know it was
I was looking for the...
It was a prompt.
That is so great.
In fact, the prompt in this one was the word normal.
And not the actual name of the song.
No, it was just a word. It's like a point of departure.
Yeah.
And, I had a guitar part that I liked, so I came up with a opening line. It was a normal day. And I thought everything after that is going to be abnormal. That's where I wanted to go. And
that
it ends
really
with,
great.
It's a lucky day.
Yeah.
That's
so awesome.
I find probably more often than not these days, I need something like that. A reason to start,
sure.
to write a song.
Yeah,
okay.
It's a motivator.
It's a motivator.
Yeah.
I've written a bunch over the years, and I don't usually have an axe to grind, particularly, although that does happen from time to time. But it's nice you get a prompt, just say, okay, where can I take this? And sometimes they kind of write themselves.
Yeah.
And
sometimes that's the best songs are the ones that just in an instant they're just there, and you wonder where did that come from? But it's just all of a sudden everything aligned, and just the words just come out, and the chords and melody. It's great.
We try too hard. We should give each other prompts. We've never
you should.
Done that before.
You might consider.
I do give you a prompt. I say write some lyrics for this.
I think. It might be interesting within, the greenhouse community, the people that you've kind of put together, to maybe consider doing something like that. Just say, idea. Okay, let's all, take this subject or this word or this picture in. Okay,
everybody that tunes in that's part of the greenhouse community, this week's assignment is to write a song about me.
The word M-E.
No, about me.
Oh, my gosh. All right, fine.
Absolutely.
Okay. We're going to move along.
Okay.
I hope
so. Marshall, we haven't really spent tons of time getting to know you. So I would
go way back.
I would love to know just a few things, especially about your past, about your musical past.
Okay.
So before or after the prison time.
Oh my gosh, Tom. So what was your first musical memory? Like when you were growing up, either music that was surrounding you or that you were somehow...
Well, my parents wanted me to take, when I was a kid, wanted me to take a, musical instrument. And, at first I wanted to play trumpet like somebody in the, in the cavalry,
okay.
And then they went, no. And then after that, it was like, well, maybe singing cowboy. So they got me a guitar, and I took lessons, and, lessons were really boring.
Sure.
And then, I was in junior high school and at the time, and I asked my instructor, could I get something popular, and it was like a Ricky Nelson song from way
yes.
back when, and he gave me the chords to it, and there was a talent show in junior high school, and I got up and played this song, Poor Little Fool, and girls screamed.
Wow.
And you knew right then,
This is
Guitars
what
for
I
me.
want to do. Exactly.
Awesome.
So, that's the earliest. I played in band in high school and played folk, music in college. And then, I've been in and out of it when you're, raising a family and stuff and, working a career that's outside of that. It kind of falls by the wayside, but I've certainly come back to it. It's always been, sort of my happy place. And not so much playing, but writing and expressing something. I've always, even before I could really play the guitar, I kind of noodled along. Oh, this sounds good. These two things sound good together, and then I can scat over the top with, where's this want to go? So I mean, that's the way it's always been, and it still is. And it's,
That's wonderful.
a real joy for me.
Yeah.
So
what was your career?
architect.
You were an architect.
Yes. In fact, I always wondered when I graduated from college in architecture, I had 5 years in architecture and I had like 12 years in music. It was like, what am I going to do? And then,
architecture, you could pay for a family,
Right.
and you can't even pay for a pizza as a
Exactly.
musician. So.
Exactly. So that, that's where that went. But so, yeah.
So any buildings around here that you architected?
I did a lot of, technology type stuff, working for AT&T and data centers and things like that, which aren't real glamorous. But on Clinton and Madison in downtown Chicago, there's an addition across from the train station. When you get off the train to Madison, there's a 6-story addition for the AT&T building there, and
that was your baby. That's
my baby.
Awesome.
Wow.
I love that.
That's my baby. That's the biggest
I love that
thing
though.
that I got out there.
Yeah.
So
that is really cool. You got to build. So who are your musical influences? So are you talking Ricky Nelson?
No.
Because you have such a, I don't know, your voice and it feels very, very connected to the folk. And I don't know if it's early folk or.
I probably early on, Paul Simon, Joni Mitchell were just, terrific. And then, it's grown. People like Pierce Pettis and even his daughter, Grace Pettis is terrific. And I like the, the sort of the new grass things, what Chris Thiele was doing with, when he took over Prairie Home Companion, and then went to Live from Here. And the people he brought in, Sarah Jarosz and Aoife O'Donovan. I've always had a crush on Aoife O'Donovan. So, I like that level of instrumentation, which is fundamentally acoustic with, certainly, other elements that give it more life.
There's a level of sophistication there.
Oh,
though.
absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Exactness. Right?
Exactly. If I might.
You might.
It.
Yes. You may. But I think that's a little bit of what, Tom is really, from the very, very beginnings, we kind of were at the students at the feet of like Chris Thiele and Punch Brothers and Nickel Creek. So there was a lot of that kind of connectivity with it. And you'll even hear in some of those Shadowfields music, if you don't mind, just the things popping in and coming out and popping in and coming out with that exactness. There's band members that have to wait for something to happen before they do their thing, and it's that play on play or playing off each other that really kind of is a little bit of that ear candy that we
more
in the
than
band
just a jam.
More than just a jam and kind of, you feel like it's been artistically put together rather than
like architecture.
Yeah,
it has a place.
There was actually some very good parallels. There's a lot of people, a lot of architects who are really very musical. So there's some of the spatial the way you put things together and stuff is
So it's
sort
like an
of
analytical.
yeah,
Mhm.
it's very musical.
Absolutely.
But I do have to say that hearing Shadowfields, that's why I'm here and a part of this group, because I certainly enjoyed
Aw,
Thank you.
the music you guys put together, your style,
All right, here you go.
and
Yes, thank
Whatever.
you. You're very kind. We enjoy it. We've been writing music for almost 19 years now. So,
I have all
yeah.
your albums.
oh my gosh.
Wow.
Oh my gosh.
And I actually have the albums as opposed to downloading things, which I don't get
Yeah.
any albums anymore. I have to,
I
if you get a disc anymore, you got to feed it into something and, to a drive, because the computers don't have drives anymore.
right.
That's right.
Yeah, that's
and-
difficult. The only thing I like about I have a huge collection of CDs, but I like to see the artwork and I like to read the booklet that they
Yep.
put out with it. And to me, that makes me feel a little more connected.
Yep.
Because I don't know about you, but when I find an artist I like, I want to know everything about them.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Musically speaking, and like what's their background, how did they get to this point, and I find it fascinating.
Yeah.
And unfortunately, with downloads, you might hear somebody you really like, but trying to find out, unless they got some online presence, you can't find out anything, and you can't find out who produced that or who.
I think things are going to come back to just like records.
Something
I
has
think-
to
I think
change,
something.
otherwise it's not
Yeah.
sustainable right now.
Yeah.
When back when I was in the office, I would play Pandora,
I
over
remember. Yeah.
and I would put in obscure people, because I don't want to hear top 40 stuff or thing,
I've already heard it.
and then, but I found that I wasn't getting work done, because I'd go, oh, that's cool. And I'd have to click off what I'm doing, click on who is that guy, and I have to search him.
Exactly.
And there's like 2 or 3 times where I found out, where's their tour? Oh, they're coming to Chicago in a month. I got to go out and see them,
Yeah.
So that kind of
Yeah.
that elevator music, that's what that top 40 is. It's just
Well,
stuff that you've already heard.
I'm
from
easily
many
bored
people.
also. So,
Yeah.
once I've heard something a handful of times, that's why I think I like, more progressive type music, things that are challenging, just because I don't get bored as quickly,
Yeah.
because
Yeah.
it takes a while to understand it. And then once you understand it, all right, I've heard it enough and I don't need to hear it anymore.
Mhm.
But if it's really, a lot of repetitive 70s stuff would be
Yep.
easy to forget.
Yeah, it was great 50 years ago.
Yeah.
Exactly. And I really want to get in. Yeah. I
That's
believe
true.
that you're still looking for new music to hear. And
Absolutely.
that drives me as well.
Yep.
We need to get to this song.
So Dub is here, though. You've got Dub and also Rooster. Rooster McKinney. He's an old friend of yours, Marshall. Do you know what a rooster?
I'm not sure. Bob McEnany.
Bob, yeah.
Sure, Bob. He's another guy from the forum.
Yeah.
Do you
And-
need to borrow my glasses?
No, it's not. It does. He says his name is Rooster, which I think is fun. I used to collect roosters. And long time 19
Rooster dishes, that is, not roosters.
well, I probably wouldn't have minded that either. But you got some crew here.
All right.
Why don't
Very
we go-
nice.
We're
Very
going to go
nice.
ahead and listen to your
Okay.
song, and then we'll ask a couple more questions.
Okay.
Is that
Okay. So, what is the name
You
of
have
this
to tell
song?
us.
The Barista.
Okay. We're going into the Barista right now.
And it was a normal day.
Was a normal day when I got out of bed, shower in the shave, dried off, got dressed, getting early. If you wanna get ahead, just a normal day. To the cafe to get a cup of joe. I'm running late, the line was moving slow. Then a barista with a lovely smile said, "How may I help you?" with a twinkle in her eye. She laughed and sent me on my way. this could be a lucky day. Busy work day, staring at a screen, stomping out fires and starting some, it seems, getting hungry. I need a bite to eat, must be lunchtime. To the cafe, looking all around, searching for a friend, she's nowhere to be found. And then I see her sitting all alone, a lovely vision with a latte and a scone. I ask if we can share a tray. She smiles and says, okay. We stayed there, chatting over lunch, telling funny stories, but when the hour is done, I get nervous, not sure of what to say. I'd like to see you, is there any way? She smiles and says it's okay, writes her number on my tray. We laugh and go our separate ways. It's a lucky day. Lucky day.
What a beautiful song.
Sweet. It's such a
Beautiful.
beautiful, sweet song.
Thank you. Thank you.
Are you going to post this out on your forum?
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
I mean, this was a prompt after all.
Now this we played this for you guys before it's even released. It doesn't come out
Yes.
till what day?
Officially, it comes out the 8th, I think, is the date that,
All right. So
because they wanted
you heard it here
a
first.
month, before they
Exactly.
throw it out to everything. But, as I also mentioned to you guys, you were talking about Bandcamp earlier, that, I have a website, marshallsongs.com.
That's a lot easier to spell than your last name.
That's why I go with that.
Is it Marshall Songs or Marshall Dash Songs
No,
or Marshall
just Marshall
dot
Songs.
Marshall
Yep, I remember
Songs.
that from a long time ago when you guys told me. Yep.
And there's a tab on that for music. There's, tabs for other things.
Mm-hmm.
And on music, it takes you to some links to the Bandcamp, for
Excellent.
A couple of previous albums, and now this song is up there so
Very cool.
people can download it. They can buy it, or they can download it and not buy it.
That's fine.
Yeah,
it is what it is.
Please
You like to
support
get your
the original
music out.
music
You want to
and
get it out there.
head over to Bandcamp and pick
Yep.
up the song.
And what's up? What's next for you?
I want to put together, as I mentioned, this is from a word prompt.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And I have a whole slew of songs that are sort of like that.
Yeah.
So
the ones about me.
that's
Oh my
coming.
gosh.
That's coming. Okay.
That's
Yeah,
I
well,
can't-
you just
I can't
gave him
wait.
the prompt. I mean, he's got to work on it.
It's coming. But, so I'm thinking of a project that is like, they're only words, and words are all I have. I'm thinking, because each of these songs, or of most of the ones that I would put together, because they're not recorded elsewhere, all started at some level with a word prompt.
Mm-hmm.
You know, one was eagle was the prompt, and I actually wrote a song that was environmental. It's, you know, it was about environmentalism. And then another one, the prompt was badge. You know, and I did ride into the setting sun, 3 days on the run from a badge and a gun. And it's like, you know, and then I made a story up after that, you know, but that's, you know, I think opening lines are important.
Sure.
Just like a book.
Yeah.
That opening line, it's got to grab people.
Exactly. You got to
make them say, I want to know more.
You got to put them in a place.
Yeah.
In that's leading to something else.
Yep.
You know, you don't tell them the ending.
Right.
But you gotta grab them at the beginning.
Exactly.
That's wonderful.
So I try to do.
So you have some other songs that you'd like to kind of...
Yeah, because the last formal recording I did was released in 2018. So I've got
some stuff
5
to
years
do.
worth of stuff that, and even there were things that didn't fit into that.
Yeah.
You know,
you always have like
and
a
they're
back
kind of
catalog.
begging, and they're kind of begging to, you know, they're gnawing at me to do something with them. So
They're crying out for you to love on them.
yeah.
It's like children.
Whatever.
So, so where can they hear you out singing live?
Well, my next formal gigs are in February at Copper Fiddle in Lake Zurich.
Yep.
And then Hey Nani in Arlington Heights. I do, you know, their happy hour thing. I got those things coming up in February. I do a bunch of open mics. I probably will be up at Copper Fiddle. There's a cool place I was at a couple of weeks ago in Forest Park, Robert's West Side.
Okay.
It's just,
is it nice?
It's very nice. He only does it once a month, and it's just Donnie Biggins runs it, and he used to do booking for Fitzgerald's and for, you know, the Golden Dagger in the city, and he's a cool guy, and he's doing some good things. So, you know, I like to go there and support what he's doing. Then there's some local ones up in Mundelein, in Mad Cats in
we know Mad Cats.
Palatine. So, you know, I'll fit, you know, a couple of those, 2 or 3 of those in this month of December.
Can people find you on Facebook to see your schedule where you're going to be?
For gigs, I will do it on my website.
Okay.
But seeing as they are, the formal ones are February, I haven't posted them yet.
Okay.
But in terms of the open mics, you know, I hang out with friends, and, you know, if I know who's doing it, and yes, I will.
You'll pop over.
Sometimes I do that where I'll respond and say, I'm going to this one tonight.
Okay.
You know, and I don't always do that, but you know, probably should start doing
you should
that.
do
Just
that.
for,
I mean, especially
just for the heck of
you're
it.
gonna be singing
It helps
songs
them.
live.
It helps me. It helps.
Because now that this
all of
song's
us.
taking off tonight, since everybody's buying it. So
Okay.
Okay. So anyway, we are out of time.
Marshall, it was great to have you.
It was
with
great
us.
to have you
very
here
great
with us.
being here.
I loved having
Thank
you with
you.
us. Loved getting to know you a little bit
Another
too.
cheers.
Yes,
Another
please.
cheers.
Let's cheers again. Thanks
Excellent
to all
song.
of
Mr.
you
Tom,
for
you did a wonderful
joining
job on-
us. And thank you for being with us, Tom.
Yes.
What did he just say? He said he really liked what you did on the song.
Oh,
Oh,
thank
you
you.
did a
Thank
wonderful
you.
job.
Yeah.
So.
This has been Tom and
Cheers.
Heather from Shadowfields. Please like, share, subscribe.
and click on that notification bell. Smash it.
Yeah.
And
We'll see you again
next week.
All right.
Bye-bye.
Good night, everyone.
Good night.
Cheers.
Thank you.
Mwah.